Welcome to Algebra 1, Semester 2, Unit 6. This is 6.5, Solving Absolute Value Equations. First thing we need to review, absolute value means distance from zero. So let's think this through. From zero. So let's think this through. If we have an absolute value of 15, and we go to our number line, we're literally saying that the answer to this is 15 units from zero. So if we go up there 15 units, we'll land at 15. So we say, well, then x must equal 15. And that is correct, but it's not completely correct. Because at zero, you have two directions you can go. So if we go 15 directions to the left, where do we land? That is correct. We would end up at x equals negative 15. So we have two answers. In every absolute value equation, you always have two answers, unless it is an absolute value that equals zero. Let's go down to this next one. I say to solve these by thinking of your creepy dude on the teeter-totter again, but this time we've put him inside of a closet. If there's nothing outside the closet, then we can go ahead and say, well, we have two options to run when we open the door in that closet. We aren't going to solve it here. We're going to put our two options to run. We could run positive 9, or we could run negative 9. You always take that answer that your closet doors are set in equal to and put it here and here. Now open the closet doors, bring down what x is having done to it inside the closet, x minus 7, x minus 7. Now solve these. We'd add 7 to each side to get rid of that and get the x spotlighted. X equals negative 16. Add 7 to each side, and we see that x equals positive 16. So negative 16 and positive 16, if we plug them back in there, we should be able to, I'm sorry, I subtracted a 7 there. I should have added 7. Whew. I was going to say this is not going to work when I plug it in. So we added 7 to each side. We get negative 9 plus 7 equals a negative 2. That looks a little better. Rarely are they the same answer, especially when there's values on the inside with the x. So now we plug negative 2 back in there. Negative 2 minus 7. Absolute value, well, negative 2 and negative 7 make negative 9. Is the absolute value of negative 9 equal to 9? Yes, it is, so that checks. Absolute value 16 minus 7. 16 minus 7 is equal to 9. Absolute value of 9 would be 9. So that one checks. Here we have absolute value x minus 2. Again, the closet doors are ready to be opened, but I want to caution you and have you think through one thing. This is absolute value is equal to a negative number. There's nothing around that absolute value. So I'm literally saying, what is the distance from 0? What is a negative 8 distance from 0? Well, we can't have a negative distance. So on this kind of a problem, I'd like to see you write no negative distances. And just put no solution. But I do want you to write no negative distances, because I'd like for you to make sure that you remember that's why it's no solution. Here comes a problem where we're going to open the closet doors, pause the video, and solve this, and then turn it back on. we give our two options to run, negative 12, positive 12, have our equals, x plus 4, and x plus 4. Draw our line down. We're going to subtract 4 from this side. We're going to subtract 4 from this side. That cancels. We get x equals negative 16. That cancels. We get x equals 8. Now if we plug negative 16 in there, negative 16 plus 4 would be a negative 12. Absolute value of negative 12 is equal to 12. If we plug 8 in there, 8 plus 4, absolute value is 12. Absolute value of 12 is 12. So they both check. In the blank down there, I think of the absolute value equation as the creepy dude in the closet. Getting kind of freaky here. Okay, before you open the door, you have to plan your two directions. So as soon as you have the doors to the closet with nothing around them and it's set equal to a number, write the answer there as a positive and negative. Then bring down what's inside your closet doors to solve it. That's the magic step right there to get your two different answers. Now let's look at one where the closet doors have stuff around them. We have to get rid of the stuff around the closet doors before we open it. So we add 5 to each side because you're going up your PIMDAs, and adding would be the first thing. So that cancels. We get 3, 2x minus 7 equals 9. Now we have a 3 times that on the outside, so we divide by 3. The last thing you do is open those closet doors. You kind of pretend that you can't see inside yet. So we divide by 3. 3 goes into 9 3 times. And now we have nothing around the closet doors. So now is that magic step where we think of the two ways to run. We have a positive 3 and we have a negative 3. Now we bring what's inside the closet doors, 2x minus 7 and 2x minus 7. Draw the line down, draw the line down. We add 7. To clear that 7 out, we get 2x equals 10. Divide by 2 on each side, and we get x equals 5. Then we can plug that back in to check it. Over here, we add 7 to each side. We get 2x equals 4. Divide by 2 on each side, and we get x equals 2. Okay, to plug those back in and check them, we would literally go back to the very beginning of the equation. We would have 3 times 2. Plug in the 2 that you got for the answer. For the x, minus 7 minus 5 equals 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 7. That's still inside the absolutes. That would be a negative 3. Absolute of negative 3 is 3. Now bring down the rest of the equation. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 5 equals 4. That one checks. Now if we were to substitute our 5 in there, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 7 is positive 3. The absolute value of positive 3 is 3. So it also checks. Okay. This page, I would like you to pause the video and go ahead and answer those. I will fill in the answers quickly here, and you may ask questions in class. Actually, I'll run through a couple of them. This one's a little bit different. We don't have the absolute coming in right away, so we subtract 4.1 from each side. We get 8, 14.8. Cancel that. We have 2. Absolute value m equals 14.8. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. We get the closet doors with the m equals 7.1. Now we are ready to open closet doors. We get m equals negative 7.1 and m equals positive 7.1. Okay. This one would subtract 6 from each side. We get 3x plus 5 equals negative 4. Ooh, remember what happens with absolute values equal to a negative number? It's no solution. No negative distance, so no solution. Dropping down to this one. We add 5 to each side. We get 4 times x plus 9 equals, what is that about? Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking that was a 15. It's a plus 5. That's 24. Now we divide by 4 on each side. X plus 9 in the absolutes equals 6. Now we're ready to open the closet doors. Negative 6, positive 6. X plus 9, x plus 9, subtract 9, subtract 9. You can do that the whole way across because we're just getting the x alone. X would be negative 15, or x would be negative 3. Okay? Over here, need to subtract 4 from each side. We get absolute value 2x minus 5, absolute value closed, equals a negative 2. Ooh, absolute value equal to negative. Going to be no negative distance, no solution. Brings us to the very end. The last problem is a tolerance problem. Before the start of a professional basketball game, a basketball must be inflated to an air pressure of 8 pounds per square inch, with an absolute deviation of 5 pounds per square inch. Use the formula to find the minimum and maximum. In other words, on a number line, we're saying we're going to target 8, but you can have an error of 0.5. Could be 0.5 above or 0.5 below. So what's 8 plus 0.5? That would be 8.5. What's 8 minus 0.5? That would be 7.5. So that's just what they're saying. We still need to use the formula because it asks us to. So we look at the preferred measure. They said the preferred measure would be 8. The tolerated measure would be our amount with the error. Then they have equals our absolute deviation, or the error, is 0.5. First thing I want you to do is use the property of symmetry and flip the whole thing over. So it's x minus 8 equals 0.5. We're ready to open the closet doors. A negative 0.5 and a positive 0.5. X minus 8, x minus 8. Do not change that to an x plus 8. That would be very wrong to do. That's not what we have in the closet doors. We add 8 to each side. Preferably line that 8 up in the right spot with the decimal up above. It would be 8.0. That cancels. We get x equals 8 minus 0.5 is 7.5. Add 8 to each side. 8.0. X equals 8.5. Okay, that's the conclusion. Rewind the video, watch the parts you need to, and come to class with your questions. Thank you.